Hi, welcome to Bonsai Bar. I'm going to be your teacher tonight. My name is Tim. I am the founder of Bonsai Bar, and I'm now actually officially your bonsai master for life. It's a little known part of bonsai. There's a scene that was cut out of Karate Kid, so a lot of people don't know that, but it is official. The only thing that actually entails is that when you go on to win your first bonsai award, you do have to mention me in your acceptance speech. So we're going to hold you to that one. But welcome to Bonsai Bar. Excited to have you here tonight. I always like to start off my classes talking about this tree of mine right over here. Very excited to show this off. This is a tree. This is the same type of tree that you have in front of you, which is a dwarf jade is the common name, or Portulacara Afra is the Latin name. And I made this tree in a beginner bonsai course 6 years ago. So this tree looked just like what you have in front of you, from a humble piece of nursery stock to what it is today. So I love to bring this one in to show off, just to show how quickly these trees can refine and get to be a really nice piece of material like we have here today. 6 years is not a short amount of time, but in bonsai terms, to have a tree go from a piece of nursery material like you have in front of you to a tree that's this refined, maybe in a couple years ready for a show is really, really fast. So love to show off these trees, love to show people how quickly they can turn their tree into something really nice like this that you'd be proud to show off. So a little bit more about these trees. So obviously very fast growing. They're native to the deserts of South Africa. Desert loving tree. They're called a dwarf jade, but they're actually neither a dwarf nor a jade. Jade plants are also from Southern Africa, but they're an unrelated plant. These just happen to look very similar with smaller leaves. So when they start selling them in the nursery industry, they decided to call them just dwarf jades. Easier to remember that than Portulacara Afra. The thing that this does have in common with a jade too is they're both succulents. So succulent is just any plant that stores water as well as sugars and starches that it makes from photosynthesis in its vascular tissue for times of hardship. So think about like a cactus or something like that. So that's what this tree does. And that's one of the things that makes it such a great tree for bonsai, is that it's basically always prepping for an emergency. It always thinks something bad is gonna happen, and it has the reserve backups ready to go to get it out of that situation. So in the native environment, that would be something like a drought, if they're not getting rain for a long period of time. In our case, it's gonna be the things that we do to it tonight, taking it and getting that big root ball that you have now, getting it to fit in the small ceramic container that you picked out, and then also continuing to design and wire the rest of the tree up top and have it come back and bounce back from that and have all the energy that it needs to survive that operation. So incredibly hardy tree. 6 years ago when I made this tree, I was just beginning bonsai myself. I didn't have a lot of experience. To be honest with you, I was killing a lot of trees. I loved bonsai, but I didn't know what I was doing. So I was taking a lot of trees, getting them from box stores, nurseries, guys with vans on the side of the road who are selling bonsais, and bringing those home and just kind of loving them to death. I didn't know what I should be doing. I just saw things on YouTube and videos that I wanted to try out. So I was doing all of those all the time to my trees, and most of those trees didn't make it. But the fact that this tree made it is a testament to how hardy these trees are. So actually these trees are so hardy that we're gonna guarantee the trees that you make tonight. So any tree that you make in a bonsai bar class here, we're gonna guarantee. So if you kill that tree for any reason whatsoever, you just reach out to us. We'll figure out what went wrong, what you did to kill a tree that's almost unkillable. And then, we can get you a new tree, and we know we're not gonna do that one way again. As I said, I killed a lot of trees when I was starting out in bonsai. I don't have a green thumb. I've just learned every way that you can kill a tree, and I don't do that one way again. And now I have a list of several hundred things that I vow never to do to a tree again. We wanna do the same thing with you, get you back on the horse. Because really with Bonsai Bar, what we want is more people that are excited about bonsai, more people doing the hobby. And a lot of people in America are just kind of set up for failure when they get their first tree. When you get one of those trees from a box store or an IKEA or a nursery, you bring it home, and a lot of those trees are dead before they even get home. They haven't been cared for well. They don't have good care instructions. So we're gonna walk you through how to make our tree into a bonsai, and afterwards we're gonna talk to you about how best to care for the tree. And then we're gonna be there afterwards to support you you to help you keep that tree alive, and should worse come to worse and your tree does die, to replace that tree for you. But we've done several thousand people have taken our Bonsai Bar courses so far, and we've replaced you know, a mere 100 or so trees, less than 1% of the people that take trees home. So you know, we have a pretty good success rate. So let's get started talking about what we're going to be doing. So obviously we're going to take your tree that you have in front of you. It's a very young piece of nursery stock, maybe between 6 months to a year old, grown from a cutting, you know, a cutting off of a bigger tree like this one here, you know, and grown in the pots that you have there. It looks like a very young, you know, perky tree, and we want to get that tree on its path to starting to look like an ancient tree in miniature, because that's really the purpose of bonsai. So we're going to take that journey together moving forward.